Hi folks, so welcome to another beer review, take two, because I ran out of space on my phone because I've got loads of beer reviews that I've not either uploaded to my Google Drive or just uploaded direct to YouTube, because YouTube's not letting me directly upload right now and it's doing my absolute tits in. So this is take two and the beer's already poured. I've already given it a sniff. So we're going to retrace slightly. He says he'll end up going into a full depth review anyway and then going on for nearly 10-20 minutes, so it doesn't really matter. But today we're going over to the Netherlands too, and I always say it with a sort of German interpretation of the Moersleutel and the beer engineers, hence the spanners there, biggest spanner of them all. And this is their Motorolie coffee, which is a Russian Imperial Stout with coffee, ingredients: water, malted barley, hops, yeast and coffee, 12% ABV. I'm not sure it does the artwork, but I really like that. It's got that sort of like old school style. I don't know what you would actually call that specific style or any notable artists or illustrators, but it sort of reminds you of like come down to Pleasantville and have a really good time. Go to the Shake Shack, you know, that sort of thing. Like a postcard or a sign from the 50s at the entry of a city. Tell you what, beautiful legs though. Absolutely stunning legs. But yeah, it's got old school sort of style with a little bit of surrealism thrown in. But I really like that. It's a smart looking can. Simple but smart. Well executed, like this video. Anyway, so this is what the beer looks like in the glass. I haven't tasted it yet. The head died down a little bit, but it was only about a finger's worth anyway. God, I can't even get a finger's worth nowadays. But so inappropriate. So inappropriate. But yeah, jet black with a lovely sort of like a dark tan looking head. So we'll give it another smell, shall we? Interesting, and this just shows you how full of shit beer tubers are. It smells a little bit different than it did when I initially opened it. It's got a slight Mars chocolate character to it. Mars isn't a real chocolate. I know it's not. I know Cadbury's isn't a real chocolate either. But I like dairy milks. I like Bounty bars. I don't fucking care really. And then, you know, I'll go to artisanal chocolatiers when I can. But sometimes there's nothing wrong with just having a nice Bounty bar or a dairy milk, do you know what I mean? But I'm getting that sort of like Mars-like chocolate. I'm not smelling, I'm just shaking my head at how much of a twat that I actually am. Coffee is coming out a little bit more than it was initially. Sort of got that sort of like a French roast aroma. I don't know what French roast smells like, to be honest. I love coffee, but you could say, oh, this is the most nuanced and balanced, and you get butterscotch and treacle berries, and I'm like, it smells like a nice roasty coffee a lot of the time. I mean, you've seen my beer reviews. If it's an IPA, I'm picking out the same 5 things anyway, so I don't know why people actually watch me for the beer reviews themselves. I don't think many people do. I think people watch it because of just the content you get aside from the beer reviews. But so the coffee is definitely there. Guatemalan. I'm going to stop being a prick. It's got a nice coffee aroma. Not really sort of like a roasted coffee, more like sort of like a nice, dependable, filtered coffee. But it's there, and that's the important thing. But yeah, loads of chocolate. There's a sweetness coming from that vanilla, almost like vanilla sugar. But it smells good. It smells really nice. Fundamentally, it smells really damn good. Anyway, so without any further ado, let's give it a taste. Cheers, folks. I knew as soon as that beer hit my mouth. Just the texture. That's good. It's got a lovely, bold, silky mouthfeel. You'd get the flavour of the coffee in there, but it also has a coffee-like bitterness, you know, like sort of like a freeze-dried, everyday sort of granulated coffee, which, you know, I'm far from an expert. I'll never be an expert. I'll never even be moderately knowledgeable. But coffee shouldn't be bitter. And you do get a lot of bitterness from, you know, you sort of like Kenko's, Nescafes, that sort of thing. There are some really good instant coffees out there. One that I really like, Aldi do one. Lovely stuff. But if you can, when you do coffees, buy like from a coffee roaster or a cafe or someone like that. There's so much available out there. And, you know, whether you've got a French press or like a V60, is it called a V60 or am I thinking of a car? You can get them full bean, they'll grind them for you. I love it when people grind for me. It just makes the world a better place. But you notice the difference, you really, really do. That being said, the bitterness from that coffee that I'm getting in this, which obviously it's sort of like, it's working with the bitterness of the roasted malts anyway. Because there's a bitter sort of like a slight char roasted malt character. I like it. I like the cheap coffee bitterness on the back end of this. So a little bit of sweetness there. Not as much as you would expect from the nose. Thankfully, that vanilla isn't too in your face. I'm not the biggest fan of vanilla. When it's used properly, it's lovely. But I don't know, when something's got a strong vanilla taste, it just doesn't do much for me. But the vanilla works nicely in this beer and just brings out a little bit of sweetness. Brings out a little bit more sweetness from the malts. It sort of like sweetens the coffee as well. But it's a really nice Russian Imperial Stout that they have. And they've used the coffee beautifully. And it's just a little sprinkling of vanilla. Subtle fruitiness there. Almost. Sort of like a, you know, like a dark fig, prune, something like that. It's very sticky after the finish. But aren't we all? I need to stop putting sex references in me beer reviews. Anyway, all in all, this is a really nice Russian Imperial Stout brewed with coffee. It's got a little bit of oomph in there, but at the same time, ABV, where are you? What are you doing? Like, while you're asleep, there's maybe the tiniest hint of warmth as it's going down. I'm probably going to feel a bit more in the pit of my stomach the more I drink this. But you could easily drink this a bit too fast. But at the same time, there's enough there to savour every sip. Is it the greatest coffee stout that I've had? No, but it's a damn fine one. And if you like your coffee in beers, this is a really good example of that. So, yeah, lovely stuff indeed. And thankfully the coffee hasn't dropped off because I've had it for a little while now. But yes, that was Motorolie coffee. I don't know why I'm saying Motorolie. Could just be Motorolie. I don't know. And I know I'd never say the brewery's name right, but that was from Moersleutel or Moersleutel. Moersleutel. Apologies to anyone from the Netherlands. I can't even say the country properly. I'm going to get cancelled. I'm sorry to anyone watching this from the Netherlands, or of course the guys involved in the guys and girls involved in the brewing of the beer. But I'm trying my best. Leave me alone. This is actually released, well, do you want to start again? Yeah, okay. The 26th of October 2020, and it's good until the 26th of October 2023, when we'll be in lockdown number 5, and a mutant strain of the virus has come from the moon. So either that, or we'll be somewhat back to normal and able to drink with the people who we love and care about. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day, is you take care of yourself. No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. It's always a message in my videos, is hope everyone's doing well. You go through shit, you come out the end of it. Some people don't, but you've got to try your best. There are people out there, and, you know, we'll be able to see our friends and family soon. And if that's not hope enough, I don't know what is. Anyway, you didn't come here for my words of wisdom. And I don't think you really came here for an on-point beer review, but you came here you just came here, so that's good enough for me. So go check out the brewery, links down below. We get a lot of their stuff in the UK now. Pretty much most web shops will have some of their beers, and they're definitely worth giving a go, especially their sort of like imperial strength beers. They do a really good job of both stouts, IPAs, and I think I've had a couple of like sours. I can't really remember, but this is a really good beer, and if you like your coffee, you're gonna love it as well. Anyway, links in the description. If you've tried it, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below, and more importantly, you do take care, you do stay safe, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Don't know why you put up with me, but do really appreciate it. Cheers, folks. Take care.